Okay, I am live. So real quick, guys, the extra digit movement, and I'm letting you know in about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We are live, guys, on Facebook. But just so you guys all know, when I tell you that the extra digit movement is in the building, we've got MWR Financial in the building. We've got you guys out there in the building. Let's see who we see. I see Julie Ross out there. I see Miss Devora. I see Miss Nina. I see Phil. I see Mr. Tony. I see Miss Kim. Guys, we are definitely going to go ahead and get started right now. So you guys definitely know exactly what is going on. I am Brandon Caldwell, and I am a proud member of the Extra Digit Movement. And that is a group of individuals that we have one like attainment, and that is actually getting everyone one extra digit in their paycheck every single month. And most importantly, some of us are getting it every single day. But look, guys, I'm not going to hold you long. I want to jump right into it, and we are definitely going to get started. Now, I want you guys to write this down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you guys to write that down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Why is that? Because when I tell you that it is the 4, 3, 2, and 1, 4, 3, 2, and 1 represents that there are 4 challenges that everyone is facing. There are 3 solutions, 2 financial objectives, and 1 major company that is making all of this happen. And you guys, let me tell you, the thing that makes this so important right here is the fact that we call this the 4, 3, 2, 1 Financial Freedom Countdown. Now, you guys, let me tell you, definitely text it out, get people on here, because you definitely want to expose people to this information right here. Now, like I said, this is the 4, 3, 2, and 1. The very most important thing that I could say about this slide right here is actually the 2 objectives. Why is that? Because there are actually 2 objectives that everyone should face or that they need to meet here in America, and that is your current and your future lifestyle. But most people cannot even think about a future because they're struggling with their current. And we'll talk about that in a little bit more. Now, look, guys, those 4 challenges are known as inflation, taxes, debt, and big business. And I'm going to break it down to you and show you exactly how that all is happening. Now, look, inflation. I want you guys to understand this. Inflation is known as the silent income killer. Why is that? Because inflation creeps into your bank account every single day. Now, you may wonder, how is that? Well, I'm going to share with you exactly how it actually happens. Because if you guys notice, we're in the middle of a pandemic and everything is starting to go up. I mean, you have healthcare going up, daycare going up, taxes going up, you have gas going up, you have cost of living going up. Guys, you have so many things that are going up and up and up. And tell you the truth, believe it or not, right now we have what is known as hyperinflation that is really setting in. Now, you may ask, what is hyperinflation? Hyperinflation is actually when the price of goods and services, they triple in the amount of time that they go up, especially if this pandemic continues to go on. I mean, we could look at it. The restaurant industry right now, they used to be able to sit 50 people. And I'm just using that as an example. But right now they can only sit 18. So they've already had to raise their prices because they have to make up for the magnitude of what they are missing with not being able to fit in capacity. Does that make sense? Well, here's the next thing. Not only do you have inflation that is constantly going up, but you also have something that is known as taxes. And let me tell you guys, taxes takes 1/3 of your income. It's known as the chainsaw massacre. Why is that? Those of us that have a job, and let me tell you, it is a blessing for you to have a job. But I want you to think about this. You work overtime. We just came from the holidays. Those that are in logistics or any type of supply and demand, the medical field, and my heart goes out to those that are on the front line, EMT workers, medicals, any first aid responders. Let me tell you, my heart goes out to you guys because I know with the pandemic that you guys are definitely overhauling and putting in that overtime. But here's the thing, guys. No matter how much money you make, no matter how much overtime that you get, the more money you make, the more they take. Why is that? Because of taxes. Everyone that has a job are part of what is called a W-4. There are some that are 1099, but a W-4 is just a tax code that is used by the government with letters and numbers. And understand that the government uses letters and numbers to confuse you. W-2, W-4, 1099, 501c3, 401k. The list goes on and on. Well, here's the thing. A W-2 is the highest tax code. That means that you filled out a W-4 when you started your job, which you put your allotment, or your allowances, your deductions, how you're going to file your filing status. Those are the things that you filled out. But what most Americans don't get is that already has put you in the highest tax bracket. That means that you have actually spent 1/3 of your income into taxes. You don't believe me? Look at your pay stub. Your pay stub, there's a gross amount and there's a net amount. And there's a huge space in between. And in between, that space is called taxes. You got property tax, income tax, federal tax, social security tax, food tax, state tax, sales tax, alarm tax, and the list goes on and on and on. But here's the thing. Did you know that 1/3 of your income is equivalent to you working 1/3 of the year absolutely free? That means from January to April, you actually work for free and only get paid for 8 months of the year, right? That is 1/3 of your income. Well, the thing about it, making it so real right now, is that we all just got these stimulus checks. You have the government that pumped in this money into the economy. And guess who has to pay that money back? You and I. That is it, guys. That means that taxes are now going to go up even more. Well, guess what? If taxes are constantly going up, your income needs to go up with it. But again, that's why this is a challenge, because most people's income is not rising with the taxes. And let me tell you, taxes causes debt. When I tell you taxes causes debt, why is that? Debt is known as the family curse. Well, guys, let me tell you, if taxes came off the top, that means that your debt is coming off the bottom. That's your food, water, shelter, and clothing. Let me tell you, here in America, the wealthiest country in the world, why is it that so many people are struggling financially? That's a question that you have to understand. You may not understand because, like me, I grew up in a household where I was told, go to school, go to college to get that good job. But here's the thing. I did that. I followed that formula. But what they didn't tell me is I was to go to school, go to college, and get that good job that wasn't going to pay me enough to live comfortably and pay those student loans out. So I was already in debt. But guess what? I didn't have the money. So they gave me, as an 18-year-old, a credit card. And they said, if you don't have it, it's okay. If you don't have the money for a car, they tell you, get a car loan. It's okay. If you don't have the money for a mortgage, they tell you, get a mortgage, or get a home. They tell you to get a mortgage. It's okay. If you want to go shopping and you don't have the money, America gets you to think that it is okay to start floating that money that you don't have on that credit card. And right now, do you know that America has reached the ultimate debt point? We have topped $1 trillion in debt just from credit cards. That's just one portion, which is credit cards. And guys, that debt is going to increase. And most importantly, when I tell you that the fourth challenge is known as big business, guys, is taking a whole nother slew of your money that you may not know. We call big business the money trap. And that takes the last 1/3 of your income. Guys, let me tell you, you have businesses that have been affected. You have resorts and vacationing that has been affected. You have the travel industry that has been affected. You have so many things that have been affected, churches that have been affected. And I understand that things are slowly starting to open up, but guess what? We don't know how long this pandemic is going on. And the biggest thing about it, with all of those things that have been affected, the money that we as consumers feed into those businesses helps those businesses pay into the stock market. The stock market is tied to, well, the 401k, your 401k, which is your retirement fund, is tied into the stock market. So when the stock market crashes, guess what? So does your 401k. Newsflash, guys, do you know that we've had people that have lost 3, 4, 5, and even 6 digits in their 401ks because of this pandemic that we have no control over at all? No control over at all, but something that does not even affect us or have to do with us is affecting us. And that is the crazy thing. And guess what? That money that was lost is not coming back. But in the midst of it all, my mentor always says, you have to prepare for war in times of peace. And what does that mean? In spite of those 4 challenges, there are always solutions. And what we offer you right here are 3 financial solutions that are going to combat those 4 challenges. And we call this our financial makeover. Those 3 solutions is a home-based business, virtual solution, and financial experts. Guys, let me tell you, nobody does, or no successful, wealthy person has gotten to their status by themselves. The very first solution that we talk about is a home-based business. Why is that? Most of us right here are watching this overview from home. We already have a roof over our head. We already have 4 walls and a door that we come into that we are either paying rent for, or that we are paying our mortgage on. You already have a home. So since we're all at home, why are we not making money from home? The biggest thing about it is your home-based business is the #1 solution that allows you to combat those 4 challenges that I just talked about. You don't believe me? Let me share with you. There are benefits that you have for having a home-based business that you don't have by just working a 9 to 5. Most people don't understand that, and they think, wow, I hear the benefits of a business, but I don't have the money for it. But guess what? You stay safe because we are right here at home. You get tremendous tax deductions, which lowers your taxes. You can outpace inflation because with a home-based business, there are deductions and tax benefits that you get to write off to lower your tax bracket that you don't get if you don't have a home-based business. The biggest thing is I want you guys to think about this. How many of y'all actually be on social media and look at the son and daughter challenge, the then and now challenge, we got the silhouette challenge, we got the I don't know, the football challenge. Everybody is online and they are making solutions to what? To people being at home and doing nothing. But let me tell you, You cannot be at home doing nothing if you're not making money. It doesn't make sense. We all have this thing right here, which is called a cell phone, right? Why are we not using our cell phone to make money? Virtual solutions is what's going on. You've got TikTok making money off of who? Us. You've got YouTube making money off of who? Us. You've got Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, you name it. Every social media outlet is geared to make money off of us because they run ads. But why are we not using them to make money and leverage them to get the word out about this opportunity right here? We use online platforms just like they use us. We take advantage of the social distancing again because we are at home and all we do is expose. Now, you may say, what is it that you're exposing? Well, guys, you're looking at it. You're exposing this opportunity for you to have a home-based business that provides you with experts that will actually get you your own stimulus check. That's right. We can get our own daily pay. We have people making $5 all the way up to $1,000 a day just by exposing this information. And let me tell you, you may ask, well, $5 a day, that's not a lot of money. Well, let me tell you something. $5 a day over a 30-day period is $150. Do you know what the IRS says? The IRS says that the average American that does not have a home-based business generally throws $600 a month away. That's $20 a day, guys. So I want you guys to honestly take $20 from now until the rest of February and throw it out the window and see at the end of the month if you could not have used that $600. $20 a day is $600 a month. $5 a day is $150. Why am I saying just those two? Guys, this opportunity for $228 one time for you to start your own business, to be able to expose people to financial makeovers, which provide you with some experts. When I say experts, what are the experts? Guys, you actually have certified licensed investors, certified licensed financial planners, certified licensed CFA, financial advisors, and public accountants. Guys, when I tell you that they are EAs is what we call them. What is an EA? Yeah, EA is what the term is used for enrolled agents. That means that they're certified by the IRS. The biggest thing is we also have credit experts. You invest $228 one time and $119 a month. Guys, that is $119 a month. That's $4 a day. That increases your cash flow and helps you meet those two objectives that I talked about, which are your current and future lifestyle. Now, see, most people think that they have an income problem. They don't. They have a cash flow problem, and there's a huge difference in between. Cash flow is measured in time. Cash flow is measured in time. Income is measured in dollars. So let me explain this. You can have a negative cash flow if you make $80,000 a month or a year. You make $80,000 a year, but your expenses are $160,000. That means that you will be completely clear for 6 months. But after that 6 months, you're living in debt. That's a negative cash flow. But now let's take that same scenario and you make $80,000 a year, but your expenses are only $40,000 for the year. That means that you can actually survive for 2 years because 40,000 is all that you spent. That's a positive cash flow. Well, what am I talking about with two objectives? Right now, when you go to work, that provides you your current lifestyle, your food, water, shelter, and clothing. But most people can't even think about their current lifestyle because they're struggling bit by bit. They're robbing Peter to pay Paul. And let me tell you, I was one of them that used to be like that. I was robbing Peter to pay Paul and had both of them coming to look for me. I'm telling you. But here's the thing. Your future lifestyle is paid for through investments. Write this down. If you are not investing, you are not even on the road to wealth. You are not even on the road to wealth. Most people can't even think about investing because they're living paycheck to paycheck. And believe me, if you follow the system that America has for you, where you go to work, you go to school, you go to college and go to work, they put you on a program that when you retire, your retirement fund is not even enough to provide for your lifestyle. You don't believe me? Let's go to the stores right now. And when you go to the stores right now, you see your parents, your grandparents still working, not because they want to, but because they have to. That right there, guys, is inflation, taxes, debt, and big business working right there. But we have the experts. Another thing I want you to write down, DFY over DIY. Done for you is better than do it yourself. Everybody has questions because everybody's situation is different. You can't ask Brandon because I'm not a licensed professional on that. I am simply an educator. And what I do is I educate you exactly on how you can improve your finances and get this financial makeover. Now, guys, look, let me share with you. The one company that is making all of this possible is called MWR Financial. MWR Financial is the one company that is making this happen and possible for the middle and lower class to have the same benefits as the wealthy. Do you guys know that wealthy people are privileged to information that the middle and lower class are not? That's why they are able to make millions and billions of dollars and pay zero in taxes while everyone else is paying a third of their income. Let me tell you, there are 4 actual parts of your membership. There's actually 5 parts of the membership that we actually talk about. And right now, I actually want to have some of my guests out there that are going to share with me their actual testimony. Let's see, I got 2 wonderful individuals that are definitely going to share with me their testimonies. Miss Nina Caldwell, if you could come off mute and give me your testimony on how exactly MWR Financial has actually helped you and what it has done for you.
Well, thanks for allowing me this opportunity to share my testimony. So when I began with MWR Financial, I too, like many, was drowning in debt. And I uploaded all my credit information into the Credit Max portal, and I was able to upload my credit report from all 3 bureaus. And as of October last year, I actually joined the business, and I was $50,000 in credit card debt.
Wow.
And since then, I have been able to pay off that $50,000.
Come on.
And my credit score has gone up 136 points.
Come on.
So what?
And I appreciate you sharing that, Nina. That is so awesome. $50,000 in debt gone, and the experts did it for you. Now tell us how simple it was for you to get the understanding of what it was. What did you have to do?
I simply just uploaded my credit reports from all 3 bureaus and let the experts do the work. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to mail back any letters. I didn't have to notarize any letters. I simply uploaded my credit reports. The experts did it. And I kept getting email, your credit score has gone up. We've removed this. And speaking of that, the credit Equity Max also gave me a plan so that I could pay off those credit cards. Student loans debt is real.
Mm-hmm.
Student loan debt is real, and I no longer have those student loan debts. And I've been out of college for a long time, guys,
That's
and it was
awesome.
still following me.
That is awesome. That is awesome right there. And y'all give it up virtually right here. This is what we call our virtual round of applause for Miss Nina Caldwell. I do have another testimony out there, Miss Mindset Shifter. They call her the Mindset Shifter. She is known as Miss Kimberly Whitfield. Can you please go ahead and share with us your testimony?
Absolutely. So as a part of that fourth challenge is that we have, mine was taxes. And so I had our experts go in and review my W-4, saw that I was overpaying. So I uploaded my two pay stubs, my last year tax return, and they came back and said that I was overpaying $200 every month. So I got that back into my paycheck, didn't have to do any extra work, no second jobs, any of that. But I got so excited about that I start telling everybody. It is a part of me telling everybody. I have family members that decided to join as well. And one of them did the same thing, uploaded the pay stubs, tax return, and found out that he was overpaying $1,200 every single month and got that back into his paycheck.
Wow. So all you did, one, was uploaded your information as well, and then exposed or told somebody else about it, and they did the same thing and got the same results.
Absolutely.
Wow. Guys, when I tell you, thank you so much, Nina and Kim, for that information right there. Guys, when I tell you that we are blowing this out of the water, there are so many more testimonies that we can share, but for the sake of time, we are going to move on so that you guys can definitely do what you need to do to expose this information as well. Now, what we've been talking about there's actually 5 pillars or parts of your membership. The Money Max is where you actually have, again, licensed certified public accountants. They are EA consultants. That means that they're certified by the IRS. These are your tax professionals that will correct your W-4 to minimize your tax bracket now because you have a home-based business. And again, there are deductions that you qualify for that you don't normally qualify for without a business. You also get TaxBot, which is a software with your membership that actually allows you to keep track of all your records. You actually get to take pictures of your receipts. It uploads in a cloud and all of your expenses. So therefore, at the end of the year, you can print that off and everything is itemized, which are your deductions. And you get a 1099 from the company that says that this is legally, ethically, and morally okay for you to write off those deductions. Guys, you also have Credit Max. Credit Max is what Ms. Nina talked about with credit restoration experts. They have over 20 plus years of done for you experience. They are professional consultants, guys, and they also have $1 million ID theft monitoring system that is available for you. They have helped thousands of people earn 50 to 150 point increase in their credit max now, or in their credit. Now, let me tell you this, because of this pandemic, the credit bureaus do play games. They play games because they constantly change their address, their P.O. box. Why do they do that? To give them more time. But you are actually protected by the FCRA, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And most people don't get it, but if you don't know what you're doing and you try to dispute or do things with your credit yourself or with people that don't know the rights, you can actually forfeit some of those rights and it can be damaging. But because of this pandemic now, what the credit experts actually do is they do the letters and they send them to you for you to send them off to safeguard correcting that act. So guys, when I tell you again, all you have to do is upload your information, download any information that you need for Credit Max, and just send those off. Equity Max, guys, which is your third portal. Guys, this right here is where you actually put in all of your debt, and the experts will actually give you a plan to pay off your debt in record time. We have shifted over 13,000 years off of people's debt. Now, what does that mean? Everybody has a debt-free date on a plan that the creditors put you on. The best way I can explain it is if you had a car. If you got a 5-year loan on a car, that means that in 5 years of paying the bare minimum every single month, you will pay that card off. But the creditors have you on a 5-year plan, which means that if you pay it for 5 years, they get the max amount of money from interest and everything else that they have accumulated in that term. Well, what Equity Max does is show you how you can actually take that car note and pay it off within 2 years, saving yourself debt. Getting yourself out of debt, saving yourself a ton of interest, and interrupting the creditors' plans. We have people that have had credit card debt, which are the testimonials like you just heard. We've had mortgages, we've had student loans, we've had all type of debt that has been eliminated. But collectively, we have shifted over 13,000 years off of consumers' debt. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that deserves a round of virtual applause right there. And the biggest thing is we have actually saved $500 million in interest to the consumers. We have shifted that. Let me tell you, you also have Bill Shredder. Now, let me tell you, this right here is where you have experts that actually reduce your bills on your behalf. What does that mean? They actually call Sprint, Verizon, T-Mobile, Magic Jack, Metro, whatever phone service that you may have, they actually call them. Your cable bill, your internet bill, whatever bill you may have, your utilities bill, they actually call those companies, and they are professional negotiator, guys. They actually negotiate on your behalf to lower your bills. And guess what? The biggest thing is, you get to keep your same service. Your service doesn't change. Your package doesn't change, but the experts lower your bills. Now, how many of you guys out there could use a reduction on your bills and keep the same service? Another part of what MWR Financial does. Our last portal and fifth is the Wealth Max. Guys, this is where you have a licensed investor that exposes you to things that makes your money grow at a rate much higher than the normal banks, the normal 401ks, the normal pensions, the normal social securities. This right here calls for a consultation with the experts. They are trained and licensed that they give you the best benefits so that your money is not affected by what's going on in this world, such as crashes, stock market crashes, pandemics affecting people's money. You got to understand, you have a no risk of loss, and they meet your second objective, which is what? Your future lifestyle. This right here also is known as you become the bank. What does that mean? That means that you actually have access to now putting your money in a PRA, also known as a private reserve account. And that is where you can actually borrow your own money and still draw interest off the amount of your original part of your investment. So in other words, if you had $100,000, your job can still match that, but puts it in a PRA instead of a 401k. You will draw interest off of that 100,000. If you needed to borrow some money to do home renovations, pay for schooling, to go to school, to buy something, to do anything that you wanted. And let's just say you took $30,000, your PRA will still draw interest on that 100,000, not 70,000. And you pay yourself back on the plan that you put together. Isn't that incredible? You also have land banking. Guys, this is where you have the opportunity to buy land in the path of growth. And right now, the hot spot is in Antelope Valley, California, way on the West Coast, where in 2028, the Olympics, God willing, will be right here in America. In 2028, it is coming to Antelope Valley. And guess what? Don't you want to have a piece of land where you can own, and when they come through to create and buy and build on that land, they have to buy it from you? MWR Financial has a plethora of testimonies, guys. I mean, from the Credit Max, the Money Max, the Equity Max, the Bill Shredder, and the Wealth Max. We have leadership expansion bonuses, guys. And this is actually when you have the opportunity to share with somebody else this information, and you get compensated for sharing that when they do what you have done. This is leadership expansion bonuses. Guys, if you don't believe how a business works, check out your job. See how your job is actually leveraging you, your labor, and the people that you know. You ever heard of a referral fee? You ever heard of word of mouth and we'll give you a bonus? That's because what? They are making money off of more labor, and they give you a percentage. Well, here, when you own your business, you actually get compensated by the work of others. That doesn't mean that you just expose people and don't work. You got to show them what to do so that you can keep on going and going and going. These leadership expansion bonuses are on top of the daily pay, on top of what you may be familiar with of a referral fee. Now, look, guys, I want you guys to pay attention to this, because here is a live actual slide of my mentor, Mr. Brian Bean, who is the founder of the Extra Digit Movement. When he first got started in the business, if you look at the bottom, he only had $28. That is what he called his reality check, because when he got that $28, he said, wow, it is real. How did he get that? By exposing people to this opportunity. If you look at the time, in less than a week, his $28 went from 28 all the way up to $935. Guys, here's some more of his actual pays from the company. $680, $613. These are daily pays, guys, daily pays. And you know what? Most Americans are sitting around waiting on a $600 stimulus that some people still ain't got from the first one. And we've heard about a $1,400 executive order that has been still trying to be finalized, and people are still waiting on that. We have luxury mortgage or luxury vehicle bonuses. Now, we call this the luxury vehicle mortgage, but let me tell you, it goes from $500 to $3,000 a month, and you do not have to use it for a luxury home or for a luxury vehicle. You can actually put that money in your pocket and use it for whatever you want. We've had Mr. Kier Spates, who was making $500 a month. Miss Quana Sims, who we call the Wealth Whisperer, is making $1,250. And we actually have Mr. Charles the Waymaker Ivory, who is one of my business partners, who actually is making $3,000 a month. And let me tell you, he is holding in his hand the keys to his new truck, because he actually used that money that he got, this one bonus, to pay for his truck, all the upgrades, the insurance, and the gas that he puts in it every single day. We have the presidential bonus. Guys, the presidential bonus is another bonus that is paid monthly on the 10th. We just hit February. We always say we love the 10th because our bonuses are paid on the 10th. You can make bonuses from $500 all the way up to $100,000 per month. Per month, guys. And it's done by points that are accumulated as your organization grows. Now, let me tell you, excuse me, we have Miss Cashflow, Christy Howard, who is getting the $2,500 presidential bonus. She is the top female moneymaker in the industry. And guess what? She's a part of the extra digit movement. And she is on her way to $5,000 a month. And then we have Mr. Brian N. Bean himself, again, who is the founder of the extra digit movement, who is at $10,000 a month in just the presidential bonus. And guys, let me tell you, Brian has actually, he is the top earner in this organization, and he has given us a blueprint to actually do what he has done and get to where he is. If you know how to follow directions and you are coachable, this is definitely the business for you. Now, let me tell you, some people may be looking at this and say, I knew it. It's one of those things. It's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. You know, it's very interesting before I close, when I hear people say it's a pyramid scheme, because you get a 1099 from the company and you actually have licensed federal agents that are working for you. I don't think any federal agents are going to risk their career on a pyramid scheme. This is not a susu. This is not a flower. This is not anything like that. Just a bit of education. Again, before I go, a pyramid scheme is an illegal transaction of money being given in order to receive money at a later time, with the hopes of receiving money at a later time. Guys, you're not giving me or any of my business partners any money. You are actually buying and starting your own business. You get your own experts. You get your own back office. You get your own software. You get your own whole social media account, and you get training, on the job training. Guys, I don't know any pyramid scheme that gives you that. And you get a 1099 that legally, ethically, and morally shows that you are in business. But guys, before I go, there are usually three types of people at this point in time. The number three type of person says, you know what? Kick rocks, like now. The number three type of person normally says that, hey, I got everything together and I don't need that. If that is you, thanks very much. Thank the person that invited you out and actually expose and share. I'm sure you know some people that are not in your financial position that can actually use this. And we ask you to go ahead and refer them to the person that invited you to this. The number two type of person says, guess what? I actually like what I saw, but I only want the services. If you want the services, you can actually get that for just $79 a month. But here's the thing, you don't get all the tax deductions because you don't have a business, and you definitely don't get to make money because you don't have a business. But the number one type of person says, hey, I want it all. I want the businesses, I want the business, I want the experts, and I want to start completing my financial makeover, as well as making an additional stream of income. Not one additional stream, but 10. Yes, the compensation plan has 10 different streams of income. If that is you, definitely get back in contact with the person that actually invited you on this. And when I tell you that it is mind-blowing, we have a training and a blueprint and on-the-job training that will help you in every financial area that you are in. So guys, that is all that I have. My name is Brandon Caldwell, a proud, again, member of the Extra Digit Movement, where we are working on 1,000 eyes. And when I tell you that it's not over, because tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m., we will be doing this once again to expose you and everybody to the financial makeover that we are here. find out what is sweeping the country. I want to see y'all all right back here, and bring your folks with you. Again, have a good one. Peace.